I'm Amber.
And I'm Adrian.
And we're the Knobloch Sisters. So, we chose this book to talk about today because we have differing viewpoints. And we thought that would be kind of fun to see how that worked out. So today we're going to talk about Looking for Alaska by John Green. The reason that I chose to talk about this book is because I just finished reading it, and they actually recently announced that they are going to be making a movie to Looking for Alaska shortly after Paper Towns comes out. They're going to start the production of Looking for Alaska. And I'll give you a brief synopsis of this book because I've recently read it and so I remember a lot about it. So it follows this boy. His name is Miles? I don't remember his real name. Dang, they call him... Yeah, Miles. Miles. His name is Miles and they call him Pudge. Because he's this skinny guy with like no fat. And his roommate, the Colonel, thought that that would be so funny to call him Pudge because it was ironic. He just got to this boarding school that his dad went to, Culliver Creek. And he's rooming with the Colonel, him and the Colonel have nothing in common. The Colonel smokes and drinks and stays up late and all this stuff that Pudge doesn't do. Until he met the Colonel. And then he meets Alaska. Alaska is very curvy. The only thing that they ever describe about her is that she's curvy, she has brown hair, and that she has defined cheekbones. That's it. And that she's kind of chesty, but that's it. She's apparently very beautiful, and she immediately catches the eye of Pudge. He instantly pretty much falls in love with her, but he can't do anything about it because she has a boyfriend that she loves very much. And as life goes on, they're just teenagers at a boarding school that they don't really like because it's a boarding school. But they're just there, and it kind of it takes a turn in the middle. The writing style, you can tell it's counting down to something because at the beginning of each chapter, there aren't really chapters, but it counts down in days. It starts with 136 days before. So you know it's counting down, but you're not sure what to. And that's all that I can tell you without completely ruining the entire book. But I loved this book so much. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. The heartbreak that it ensues on you is, if you enjoyed the book and the characters the way I did, it kills you. Just the way most of John Green's books do. Like The Fault in Our Stars, or Paper Towns, or any of them. They just kill you, and Looking for Alaska was no different. And I loved this book. And now Adrian will give you her side.
I did not hate this book. I actually enjoyed it, but it was not my favorite. I didn't relate to any of the characters, and being an English major, I know that's a horrible thing to say, that judging a book by how you relate to it is terrible, but it kind of...
It wasn't centered.
It is a big part of why you enjoy reading is relating, and I didn't. I kind of saw the twist coming. I saw it coming. That's really all there is to it. I saw it coming. I didn't really like the way the characters reacted to what happened, because I have been in a similar situation, and knowing how I handled that situation, how those around me handled that situation, I saw what they did as justified, I didn't agree with it, and I didn't necessarily like it. So but it was an entertaining book. Like, it really was entertaining. It was funny. I enjoyed reading about some of their mishaps and stuff, but it just wasn't for me like it was for Amber. So I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars.
I really enjoyed the one-liners in this book. One of my personal favorites that just comes to the top of my head right now was Alaska said, "You smoke for fun, I smoke to die." And I thought that was funny. But the twist in this book, I had it spoiled for me. Our brother spoiled it for me. but I still cried. It still killed me because I didn't know how it was going to happen. I just knew that it was, and that killed me. But I would recommend this book because even though the characters aren't the most relatable, it still has a good plot, good storyline. The characters are good. They're just not very relatable. But that's okay.
So I would also recommend it because, like I said, I didn't dislike this book. It just wasn't for me. So I would never tell you not to read a book just because my opinion is not as favorable as someone else's. You may love this book like Amber did, and I just have a different opinion. But it is a good book, and it is pretty funny at times.
Mm-hmm.
And she's right. The one quotable lines that you can get out of this are pretty great.
And I would just like to say that I would love to try a Bofrito.
I don't know that I would.
Another differing opinion.
It sounds horrifying.
It sounds gross, but I really want to try. Okay, but if you read this book, you'll understand what that was about. I would recommend it. If you liked any other John Green books, this is a good one to pick up. So, I guess that's it. Okay, well, if you liked the book, you liked us, give us a thumbs up. If you didn't like the book like Adrian did, leave us a comment. If you liked the book like I did, leave us a comment. Just let us know how you feel about the book, and we can see how it turns out, see who is more agreeable in this situation. But if you do leave a comment and you do put a spoiler in it, I would very much suggest that you put spoiler at the front. That way the people that haven't read the book don't get it ruined for them.
Yeah, because that's always the worst, is to have a book spoiled for you before you even read it.
So if you're going to talk about the big twist, make sure that it says spoilers at the beginning. That way people know not to read it if they don't want it spoiled. So, thanks. Bye.
Bye.